Coming up, we have your January 2021 Las Vegas real estate market update and predictions for the coming year. Hey everyone, I'm Kristen.
I'm Steve. We are the Thomas Group with Love Local Real Estate, your local Las Vegas and Henderson realtors. Here today bringing you your January 2021 Las Vegas real estate market update from the stunning luxury McDonald Highlands.
So beautiful up here, Steve. It's the luxury community in Henderson and one of my favorite luxury communities in all of Las Vegas.
Yeah, the location as well of this is absolutely perfect. If you want to learn a little bit more about McDonald Highlands, Kristen just did an incredible video, and in my opinion, it's one of our best sort of community tour videos that we've done. So make sure you check out McDonald Highlands if you want to learn a little bit more about this community. Yeah.
Before we get into the numbers and our predictions for what's coming up in 2021, we just want to say a huge thank you to everybody that reached out to us in 2020. We are so grateful for all of you, seriously.
Yeah, you really are. I mean, we're so grateful, and the YouTube channel has been like more than we could ever anticipate. You know, this was just Kristen and I, husband and wife, doing videos and hoping somebody would watch them, and all you guys end up watching them, and so many people reaching out that we've had to grow our team, and you know, we've got multiple agents now that you guys are going to get to meet and work with, who are all amazing, that we've been training ourselves for the last few months. It's really exciting, and January 2021 looks like it's going to be exciting for lots of reasons, and we'll get into that.
Yeah, it really does. And along those same lines, if you are thinking about moving to the Las Vegas and Henderson area, you can reach us at thethomasgrouplv.com, and we offer free phone and video consultations as well. So looking forward to seeing how we can help you.
No pressure.
Yeah,
zero
no pressure. Any questions, we're here to help you guys. All right, so let's get into the numbers. Obviously, we had a crazy year last year, and who would have thought in the middle of the pandemic that the housing market was going to react the way it did? I mean, I certainly didn't.
No, I mean, at the beginning of the year, I think I was even talking to you saying if they don't put measurements in place for mortgage forbearance and stuff, I think we should sell our house because everything's going to be going upside down. Fortunately, they didn't. Measurements and stuff were put in place, and the pandemic just created a paradigm shift in how people, think.
Absolutely.
And not like only, how they think, how they live, right? And
what's
where they live.
To them. Yeah, exactly.
All of these numbers that, we'll be talking about, I think are like highly reflective of this change that's happening right now.
The median sales price at year end was $345,000 for single family homes here in the Valley. Now that was unchanged from the previous month and up 10.2% from the same time last year.
Good.
Again, we would never have predicted that much. I certainly wouldn't in March when the entire strip was shut down.
Right, yeah. Yeah.
But like you said, people are reevaluating what's important to them, and we're having such an influx of people moving into the area.
And can I just piggyback off of that? Because this is one of my predictions for 2021 is that we're not solely dependent in this area just on the strip or off of the strip, and not everybody works on the strip.
Right.
Everyone that's been coming and moving here, I haven't had a single client. I've sold 50 homes this year or whatever we've sold. I haven't had a single client that works in, hospitality or anything to do with the strip. Right. They're employed and allowed to work remotely or self-employed,
or they're retired.
Entrepreneurs, I mean, it's all sorts.
Yeah. So that is something to keep in mind. I mean, we had talked about a CoreLogic study that had originally predicted, I think it was in June or July, that the Las Vegas real estate market was going to tank, like 15% or something crazy like that. But they're just looking at the data and the numbers, which is great. I love data and numbers, but at the same time, there's so much more involved in it.
Yeah, and they're not boots on the ground. They're not seeing, what we're seeing. Having the phone calls every single day from people sharing the reasons why they're leaving California because of the tax and the political system and whatever else reasons, right? They're not factoring all of that in. And at the end of this year, we ended up 10% more.
Exactly.
Not down.
Right, exactly. I guess along those same lines, should we talk about our predictions for 2021 then?
I think we're going to have more of the same.
I agree.
Of that. And this paradigm shift and businesses, their employees are figuring out they don't need to be in the office. I love a lot of YouTube videos myself. I was watching this interview from an entrepreneur, and he said that like there's no way he's flying like for business ever again. He's like, it's great us being in the room together, that we can have a coffee and chat and stuff, but we can achieve the same thing over Zoom.
Right.
And here we are. Things are changing, you guys.
Yeah, they really are. I agree. I'm with you on that.
More of the same.
So now let's look at the factors that are driving that price up and that we think are going to continue to drive the price up of homes throughout 2021. Now, the first really important one is demand. And how we look at demand is the number of units sold. So there were 3,305 units sold last month. That was up 8.9% from the previous month and up 26.7% from the same time last year. And I think the even more important number to take a look at is the total for 2020 compared to the total for 2019. And we were, what, Steve, just slightly above?
0.7% on the overall real estate market, so condos, townhomes, and single family. Above 2019,
okay.
And 0.78% on single families.
And I mean, keep in mind that we were shut down for 3 months, and while sales still did happen, I mean, there was not much. So,
and Californians who are primarily moving here were locked down in California,
right?
So they couldn't even come here. But when we saw, like, when the lockdowns in California opened up, it was like the train started, right? This metaphorical train, and it hasn't stopped arriving.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And cruising on into 2021, we are thinking that we're just going to keep seeing the same thing throughout. That demand's going to stay high, and that is why the median sales price is going to start.
People just come here. I love seeing people's reactions from different states when they come here, and they just think that like Las Vegas is the Strip and whatever, and then they see all of this. We take them to different communities. They love it.
Yeah.
And then what happens is when they move here, they tell their friends.
That's important.
Is this catalyst that is happening in multiple different areas? Lower inventory. I think the inventory will increase a little bit as more elderly people that are higher risk get vaccinated. They're going to feel more comfortable about putting their homes on the market. That's a really good point. They're going to be feel more comfortable about traveling and stuff. But just on the flip side of that would also mean that more people are then open to traveling. So it might just be more of the same, right? It might cancel each other out.
Right. Exactly. So speaking of inventory, which Steve was saying, we're hoping that we're going to have more inventory coming up this year, but we ended the year last year at 3,240 single family homes available for sale. Now that was down 13.7% from the previous month and down 41.5% from the same time last year. Just when we think we can't see the inventory shrinking more, it does.
It does.
Yep. And that's, again, we have demand, we have supply, and that is what is pushing up those sales prices.
Can I just share with you something? So,
ooh, official.
Yeah. Just talking about inventory, I've got a cool fact for you guys.
Yeah.
What do you believe was the longest listing on the market that closed last month in December? How many days do you think it had been on the market?
Let's go 370.
370 days higher.
600.
Higher.
What? Higher than 600?
Yeah. 924 days.
Oh my goodness.
From when they put it on the market to close.
Wow.
Guys, if you're hiring that realtor, don't. Come and interview someone else. And here's another one for you.
Okay.
What is the longest current active listing on the market right now? How many days on market is the longest listing?
You just set a precedent at like 900. It's longer than 900?
Yeah.
Oh, how long? Come on, just tell us.
2,109 days is the longest property on the market.
How long was our listing agreement for?
And
10
listen
years?
to this. Listen to this. I was crying when I saw this. It was listed on April Fool's Day 2015.
Oh gosh.
So was that agent having a laugh?
Yeah,
I don't know.
maybe
but that cracked
laughing.
me up. I saw that. I thought I'd want to share that with you guys.
That's awesome. You can get a little bit better of an agent and not be on the market for 5 years, but we do need more listings. So there were 2,407 new single family home listings taken last month, That was down 13% from the previous month, up 20% from the same time last year. But again, like our demand is just so much higher than it was in previous years.
Yeah.
We need more listings. It is hard taking people out and not having anything to show them.
Showing the same house 15 times.
Yeah, I know. Well, we really know the inventory like very well.
Intimately.
We've both seen it all. We've both seen it twice. But we are having a lot of our clients, you know, actually yesterday, 2 of our clients that we've been taking out all week to look at resales decided on going with a new build because there just wasn't anything out there in the resale.
Yeah, I'm glad you actually brought that up. For those of you that are watching that are thinking about like moving like soon, like really quick, and you want to get on the like a special list, I've created a special list for people that just want new construction.
Okay.
Because I'm getting emails from all of the agents all over the valley with, hey, have you got any clients? I got this spec home ready to go. And these aren't on the MLS.
Oh, you know what? I wanted to speak on that because right now builders aren't really offering incentives. They'll do closing costs if you use their lender, but we don't have a lot of negotiating power because there's so many people that want to buy. But where you can sometimes get a little sneaky deal in is on these spec homes.
Yeah.
That's the way to go.
When the builders already built them, the best ones are the ones that have been built. They're sitting fresh, ready to go. You can get a little deal on those.
Yes.
Whilst they're still being built, forget it.
Yeah, exactly.
Forget it.
Yeah.
But in this market, you need every advantage you can get in, you know, trying to get the home that you want and without other people seeing it. So Kristen and I have access to this, you guys. So send us an email if you're thinking about buying new construction in 2021, and me, Kristen, and our girls and the team will get you set up with that.
Awesome. Yeah, good point, Steve. All right, and the very last thing I wanted to talk about is the months of inventory, which if you watch your videos a lot, you know that 6 months of inventory is a balanced market that neither favors the buyer or the seller. Right now, you guys, we have 1 month of inventory. So what does that mean? I mean, properties are getting multiple offers, going above list price. I mean, this is normal for like other parts of the country, but we really haven't been seeing this in years.
No, it's bigger now than it was in 2006. The best part about it is all of the buyers are qualified. There's no dodgy loans.
Exactly. That's important to know.
This is a very, very strong market. Sellers, property owners, up until now have got a lot of decent appreciation in their homes. So this has created a buffer for some people that may have needed to use their home as a cash machine a little bit, when times are tough.
All right, so now let's look at the condo and townhome numbers, and then after that we're going to go into a little bit more of the predictions that we haven't touched on yet and factors playing into the overall market. The median sales price was $186,000. Now that was down 6.9% from the previous month. I say this every month, it goes like this. It goes up 10,000, down 10,000, up 10,000, down 10,000. I have no idea, so it's not really down overall. It is actually up 4.5% from the same time last year.
Yeah, that's the best indicator to use, isn't it? Just the year
overall.
Yeah.
But you know what? Next month it's going to be up to 195,000 again, like it's been doing, and then it'll be up 10% from the same time last year. So anyway, condos and townhomes are doing really well, especially because there's no inventory in the single-family homes, so people are kind of opening up their parameters.
Sure.
There were 792 condos and townhomes sold last month, up 9.1% from the previous month and up 30.9% from the same time last year. There were 1,153 units available for sale. That was down 10.5% from the previous month. And this is interesting, down 25.9% from the same time last year. So again, we have no inventory. We need it. There's super high demand, and that's just going to continue to push prices up. And very last thing I wanted to talk about is the number of new listings. There were 615 new condo and townhome listings, down 8.5% from the previous month and up 12.4% from the same time last year. Not enough to keep up with demand. And overall, 1.5 months of inventory for those condos and townhomes. So super heavily favoring the seller. So if you're one of our viewers that are waiting around for the next crash to buy, you might be waiting a little bit longer, and you can kind of tell from what we talked about previously in the video that we expect this to be a very strong year. And in fact, a general real estate market does have a little reset every 7 to 10, 12 years. This pandemic could have served as our reset, and we might be going now for another 7 to 10 years before we see that.
I seriously strongly believe that.
Yeah.
I mean, just from the sheer amount of volume of calls and emails that we get.
Right.
And it's just, us, everybody else,
Yeah,
every agent's doing the same thing.
Right.
Yeah, there's too many reasons to leave other places.
Right.
Like a couple of the number one reasons we hear for why people are moving here: no state income tax.
That's
the weather
is
is amazing, all year round. And now with the fact that, as we talked about before, people are being allowed to work remotely.
Along those same lines, if you are one of the people that were waiting, you're probably keeping a very close eye on mortgage forbearances, which potentially could be coming due when we say about March, April.
April, yeah.
But quite realistically, I mean, I think with our current government that we have federally, it's very highly unlikely that they're going to let something like that just, let's let all these go into foreclosure. And there's not that many, right?
No, it's been decreasing as well. Not just like over throughout the the whole of the United States, but here in town as well. And
Exactly.
Also, the amount of distressed properties has actually been decreasing, not each month, not increasing as a lot of the real estate bears we're talking about.
It's not that surprising because, I don't know, have you been experiencing this? I've been seeing a lot of flips come on the market, and I actually got a phone call yesterday from someone trying to give me a cash offer for our investment property. So I'm wondering if some of those people that are maybe seeing themselves being in trouble in the future are cashing out with investors.
Possibly, but there's also a huge amount of Wall Street money that's being assigned that no one really knows about. We talked about it in the last video, but for those of you that are joining us for the first time, welcome.
Hey.
But there's a massive amount of Wall Street money coming from hedge funds, and these hedge funds are buying up a ton of real estate because real estate is typically a hedge against inflation, which they're thinking may be coming.
It happens when you print money, so.
And it sure does. I mean, some of these like distressed properties are being snapped up at premium prices.
They're buying. I mean, we're having investors competing with buyers too.
Right.
These are on the MLS. Yeah.
And some of them will remodel them, stick them on, and flip them, and others it's just small mom and pop flippers. But don't underestimate the amount of big money that's actually here.
So important to take note of.
Yeah, and if you've got big money, reach out to us.
Yes. So overall, as you can hear, we are expecting a very, very strong 2021 coming up. If you guys are thinking of moving to Las Vegas or Henderson, again, please reach out to us. You can find our information at thethomasgrouplv.com. We seriously look forward to chatting with you, seeing how we can help. Us or one of our team members would love to assist.
Happy New Year.
Bye guys, Happy New Year.
Thanks a lot.